big these rollers are out here. I mean, like, they are no joke. Very, very large rollers. Look at this wave. Holy.
All right, y'all, there it is. That's my wife, Kristi, doing her thing, doing her skipper thing, being a captain. What's up, y'all? Hey, everybody in YouTube land, it's Kristi and Jeff. Today, we are out here, beautiful Oregon Inlet Fishing Center right there. There's Kristi, my wife. She's captaining the boat right now. And today, you guys, an absolute beautiful, beautiful day today at Oregon Inlet. We're gonna put the camera down and we're gonna start catching some fish. Here we go.
All right, so since these guys are so sneaky and sometimes you gotta scale down to smaller hooks, so I'm gonna be doing a dropper loop. So I just tied on my end. This is gonna be for the weight. Then you make your circle. You go around it like 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I've already done that. Pull that bottom one through. Ta-da! Look at that, cinch that down. So right now we're fishing, it's almost like slack tide. There doesn't really seem to be like a moving current. So I'm just gonna drop a 2-ounce weight down, little pyramid sinker, right on this end of the drop loop. You pinch it, you pull it through, and then just like that. Bada bing, bada boom. All right, so I'm going with these right here. Number 1 size. Little tiny hooks. I found these to be the most successful when fishing for sheepshead. And Jeff, I made him a dropper loop, but he's only got 1 loop on his. I've got 2 on mine. Oh. Feeling a little saucy today, so I did. All right, so 1/4 size of fresh blue crab right here. We also got a ton, like a whole bag of fiddler crabs. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this guy in half. Big old chunk. Perfect. Alrighty, double the trouble right here, going down. I don't think it's gonna take very long.
All right, you guys, so today we're using a combination of fiddler crabs and blue crabs. This is a fiddler crab right here, and as you can see, they just have 1 massive claw. You can actually catch sheepshead with just the claw. So I'm gonna save that. And the way that we're hooking it, you do wanna use a little bit smaller hooks for the sheepshead. Don't need to use big hooks, that's for sure. So you just go kind of in through the body, and I like to leave just a little bit out, so when he bites on it, then you set the hook. Fishing.
You got this?
Yeah.
Get out.
Yep. All right, y'all. Got a fish.
Here you go, babe.
Feels like a good one. Ooh, really good one.
All right, y'all. Got the skunk out of the boat.
Can you get?
Go ahead and grab this net.
All right, y'all. First sheepshead of the day.
Nice, babe.
There it is. All right, y'all, that is our first sheepshead. It's been a little bit of a slow day. Kristi and I, we haven't fished this area yet this year, so we've been bouncing around. And anyways, finally paid off, and that's not a bad little sheepshead right there.
Yep.
That'll make some very good fish tacos for you guys. So, caught this guy on fiddler crabs, and we just kind of been bouncing around from piling to piling, using blue crabs and fiddler crabs, and the fiddler crab definitely got it done. But these guys definitely are pretty stealthy. Like, you just feel subtle taps, and then I gave it a nice little hook set, and he was right there. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna throw this guy in the cooler and gonna be eating some fish tacos tonight.
We just cruised out of Oregon Inlet and we're kind of fishing the ocean side. Got Nag's Head right behind me and Captain Jeff at the helm. So far we've got one sheepshead in the cooler and we're gonna try and get some more meat into the boat. So I've got 2 lines right now. I've got a Yozuri and then also have a #1 planer with a Clark spoon. So hopefully gonna get on some Spanish and do like a double catch and cook for y'all tonight. That'll be awesome. So here we go.
Yeah, cool. Fish on. Cool.
Nice. Yeah. Woo! This is a nice size. I think we might actually keep him.
All right, y'all, so here we are. We are back in the kitchen and I've got my fish right here.
This is 101 cooking with Jeff Anderson right now.
That's right. As you can tell, I'm extremely sunburned. Check out the tan lines. Here's our first specimen right there. Then we've got 2 Spanish mackerel. This right here, sheepshead have very, very tough skin. They're also some of the best eating fish, mainly because they eat pretty much all like crustaceans, crabs, they eat even like barnacles, and so that's what makes their meat amazing. But we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna fillet this guy. He's got some very, very tough skin. Yep. I'm excited to eat it. Pretty easy fish to fillet. I'm gonna make sure I get all the meat off of the bone here.
Shout out to Fishbone Knives.
That's right. Shout out to Fishbone Knives here in Virginia Beach, Virginia.
Giving us the hookup with their cutlery right here.
Cool.
First piece of meat.
Cool. All right, y'all. So there it is. That's our sheepshead fillet right there. Definitely some tough skin to it, and they have like a pretty strong, like, it's kind of their stomach and their backbone, so you just kind of gotta cut above it. But anyways, the meat looks great, y'all. So just looking at the meat, it's definitely kind of resembles that of like a tog. You know, as the diet is pretty similar to tog and to sheepshead. They feed on both the same thing, so that's why I'm like super excited to try out this meat. All right. Sheepshead just have a little bit of a bloodline, and I'm gonna go ahead and just make a small cut and just remove that. When you guys are filleting your fish, something that you always want to do, and I know it sounds very basic, is just feel the meat. If you feel bones, then you definitely do not, want to be eating the bones. Some people like to leave them in for extra flavor, but all right, y'all, so here's what we're gonna do. Here's our fish fillets right here. I'm gonna keep the seasoning pretty simple today. I do like to eat healthy, so I kind of like to keep my fish cooking healthy and tasty. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some of this spray right here, and I'm just gonna give it a dash, right? Just a little bit.
No, it's not a dash
of some just olive oil. And then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna just pre-season some of these. I got some salt, garlic.
Okay, getting saucy.
Do some pepper.
My favorite.
Can't go wrong with some Old Bay. I can't even see how much is coming out. Oh, there we go. We're gonna do some lemon juice. Wish we had some fresh lemons, but we don't. Didn't have time to stop at the grocery store. All right, y'all, so here's our fillets. Sheepshead, Spanish mackerel, oven set to 350. Let's go ahead, pop them in. The one thing when you cook fish and you bake it like this is you do not want to overcook your fish. So I typically give it like 5 minutes or so and then I'll check it. But it usually takes me between 6 to 8 minutes to cook my fish. But we're just gonna keep checking to make sure that we don't burn up our fish. All right, you guys, so Kristi just had to go to bed pretty early. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna finish this catch and cook and show you guys this comparison of sheepshead to Spanish mackerel. So I let the fish cook for about, I'd say 6 to 7 minutes. And actually I checked it. So I let the fish cook for about 8 minutes or so and I just pulled them out. All right, y'all, so right here we've got, this is our sheepshead meat. And as you can see, this meat is extremely flaky. It's definitely pretty firm. And then we've got our Spanish mackerel. Spanish mackerel tends to be a little bit softer meat, but it can definitely be a little bit more flavorful. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and try my first bite of some sheepshead right here. Ooh, that looks amazing. Definitely tastes really good. Definitely a firm texture. Not too gamey, and man, that just tastes like kind of similar to tog a little bit. And then we've got our Spanish mackerel right here. Okay, Spanish mackerel, a little bit more soft. The sheepshead, I'm gonna have to go ahead and I'm gonna have to go with the sheepshead on this comparison. As you can see, just the meat looks just super flaky and very nice and firm. I would almost say that another good comparison video could be doing sheepshead versus black drum. Let me give you guys just another close-up comparison. So we've got sheepshead, Spanish mackerel. If I had to choose one over the other, it'd probably be sheepshead. So super easy recipe. If you guys are interested, I will leave it in the description below for what I used to you know, fillet these fish and what I used to cook them. But super easy. That's it, you guys. Sheepshead definitely the winner over the sheepshead versus Spanish mackerel comparison, but both great tasting fish. That's all we got for y'all today. And Kristi and I, we made it back alive from being in Oregon Inlet, and that's all we got. So you guys get up off your butt, go catch yourself some fish. Peace out.